the best freshers are campus unis.
Don't go in thinking I'm gonna find Bay.
Yeah,
like,
don't.
Just
you won't find Bay. You will not find Bay.
Club is empty by 2.
Empty meeting. Where's put tea? You see them walking just across campus. You're like, oh, my husband. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with Priya. We're both going to talk about our first year university experiences.
So my name is Priya, I go to UCL, study history. We've been to for 3 years.
Crazy.
So yeah, I'm going into my 2nd year. And what else can I say about me? I don't know, that's it really.
Interesting fact.
Okay, I was born on Friday the 13th, so I'm a curse to my parents, to the world.
And obviously you guys know I study classics at New College at Oxford University. The first thing I thought we'd talk about is why I chose our course and why I chose our university. Okay, so if some of you are new to my channel and this is maybe the first video you stumbled across and you want to know about Oxford University and my first year experience, I have answered this in other videos on my channel, but essentially I chose classics because I went on a summer school in year 12, the summer of year 12, unique summer school, and it just changed my entire degree path. I thought I was going to apply for science, but the summer school really made me realise just how much I enjoyed classics, and so that's why I chose the course classics. Why did I choose Oxford? I chose Oxford because, one, the summer school again, it was at Oxford. I got to use the classics department's facilities and see the professors and tutors and get to really know what classics at Oxford was like, but also Oxford has the biggest department in the world for classics, so that's the best place to study classics.
So I always wanted to study, well actually I didn't always want to study history, I didn't know if I wanted to go, but when I was really young I was like, yeah, I want to be a pharmacist, like I want to study chemistry, but I'm definitely not a science student, I'm definitely not a student. That's why I picked history. I love it, I just love, I was always good at debating and analysing points, so it's kind of my thing, and also it's really interesting, but then I feel like most people are interested in history. Yeah. So I definitely want to study history. I chose UCL because, so I applied for Exeter, Bristol, UCL and then some others, but the reason I didn't go to Bristol or Exeter was because
she lives in Bristol.
Yeah, so obviously I wanted to learn about I love Bristol, Bristol born and bred, but I definitely wanted a change. So yeah, that was also a reason, because Exeter is quite a small city. I feel like I need a lot going on, I feel like I need a lot to do, and I kind of like to have options. And I feel like Exeter wouldn't really provide me many options, especially the nightlife. It's a bit, yeah. But in terms of the actual course, at UCL the history modules, like there's so much more range, and also it's more global history, and you get a wide range of like ancient, early modern, modern and medieval. I just like the amount of choice that you got, like as soon as you started, and also like you can do modules like out of the history department, and
that's really good.
And at other London unis.
Something that you guys might not know is that we both took gap years. If you're a watcher of my channel, you know what I did in my gap year, and I've spoken about this too much in other videos.
It's the gap year channel.
Gap year channel. But Priya, what did you do in your gap year?
Basically just worked, saved money to come to London. I went to like some festivals. I broke my leg actually. It wasn't amazing, but yeah.
But she's an example of some people think, oh, you have to have money to go travelling in your gap year, but you don't have to have like your stereotypical gap year. You can also do a lot of other things like working and saving money, and you learn so much as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you find yourself a gap year.
A gap year. Moving in and Freshers Week is a big thing that people want to know about our first year experiences. For me, at Oxford, we only have 8-week terms, so you move in the week before term starts. At New College, the way that you are allocated accommodation is it's just completely randomly allocated for first years, so you turn up to your college on the day that you're told, and you get given a key, and that's your room. Moving day was really, really hectic. Mine is all on YouTube.
Did you vlog it?
My whole life is on YouTube, oh my gosh. Yeah, I vlogged Freshers Week and the week before university.
Yeah, but did you vlog moving day?
Yeah, like moving day. I'm like in the car and I'm like, I'm overpacked.
Oh my god. Yeah, you always think you're overpacked, and everyone thinks they're taking too much stuff.
Yeah.
I took a car full packed, like you could not fit another like family.
Just me and my mum. And my sister could not come.
Yeah, no, my brother came, and I was like, "There's no room for you in this car. Why are you here?" And then he got really angry because I said that. But yeah, literally I thought it was packed. Then I got there and I was like, I haven't got enough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to bring more stuff
so
up.
yeah, what happened with yours? Like, it was just a really hectic day for me, basically.
So yeah, obviously I'm in London, so there's a lot of traffic. My dad was like getting annoyed, like we're in the central zone, like so many cars, blah blah blah. Nowhere to park, so I had to find somewhere to park. So yeah, I had like, I think I had like 2 suitcases, a couple of boxes, like quite a few bags. But so I was on the ground floor, so it was fine. Did you have to go up steps?
I had to go up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, it was easy because I was literally on the ground floor, so it was literally just like, it wasn't that difficult moving in. And then it was, so I got into my flat, it was, Jasmine was already there, one flatmate, and yeah, and then it was really weird. My mum cried, saying goodbye was really weird, and then it was like, my room was really nice there, and the kitchen was a peng, because it got,
I remember you sending me pictures, yeah.
It got refurbished over the summer, like, so literally a month before we moved in, and it was just so nice.
Freshers Week.
Okay, God, you can go first.
I don't know, for some reason people think like Oxford has no Freshers Week, like
How long was your Freshers Week?
So, I don't know if this is still true, but at the time I remember people saying like Cambridge only has a 3-day Freshers Week. What is that? It might be different now, someone can correct me. But for Oxford, it depends again on your college. So I know that a lot of other colleges, they start this Sunday or this Monday for their Freshers Week.
Oh,
term officially starts next Sunday, but yeah, some people move in this Sunday or Monday, whereas at New College we move in on Tuesday. So your Freshers Week is Tuesday to Sunday, and what happens is your college has organised all the events for you. So I know at other universities you like buy a wristband and it gives you like club entries for like certain days, and like you go with the people in your halls. That's not the case with Oxford. I know before I even came to Oxford I was really worried because on all the Facebook groups people were advertising to buy these wristbands, and I was thinking, do I buy these wristbands? Like, what do? I don't know. But then I quickly realised that the college, so New College, had come up with like this big timetable, and you get given that, and I think it's like available online beforehand as well. And you buy club tickets from the New College second years. It was really good.
Yeah.
See, yeah, it might be weird to some people, but it's like completely normal to me now. Yeah. So like you have ENTS reps in second year or third year who are like entertainment reps, and they like basically sort out all the events for the whole year, and they also sell club tickets. Yeah. But for Freshers Week, yeah, the ENTS reps have all the tickets, and they've like bought everything and wristbands. So you know, based on your college, what club you're going to on each of the nights. And for New College we had a night planned every single day: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday there was no club event, and then Sunday we had our BOP. A BOP is basically just a college themed party. Yeah, so Freshers Week, I went out every night during Freshers Week. I don't know if you did.
Most nights,
yeah. So for me, you guys can watch the Freshers Week video, it's all in there. But yeah, I went out every single night apart from Saturday because there wasn't an event, but it was good because we needed a break. But and there's a lot of other like workshops that are compulsory for you to go to, so like the consent workshop, the diversity workshop, the LGBTQ+ workshop. Then there's like an academic tutorial workshop, the introduction to the tutorial system at Oxford. Then you have meetings with your tutors to talk about the work and what you're going to be doing for the first term. And then you have like Freshers Fair and tours and library tours and all of this like admin stuff during the week, but it's all in this timetable that your college has devised for you. One thing I would say about Oxbridge with the Freshers Week is that we do get set work in Freshers Week. It's something that we're trying to change because you don't want to, when you first arrive, just be there for 2 days and then suddenly you've got all this work and you've got your first essay to do and you only have like 4 days to do it. I remember, so I arrived on the Tuesday and I was set work almost immediately on like the Wednesday or Thursday. And it's hard, you're just adjusting, you're only just arriving at a university, like nothing is familiar to you, and to be given all that much work. I remember, if you look at my video, people started going to the library from like Thursday, Friday, they just disappeared, they were in the library doing their work.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Like, I remember PPEs had already been set their first essay, like English students had been set their first essay, and they already all just wanted to get on and start the reading, and they just kind of didn't socialise as much because they were so worried and stressed out about doing so well in their first essay and doing so well in their work. I mean, obviously you are the same, everyone's the same, because you don't want to like do your first piece of work and it be really shit. But yeah, I remember it kind of impacted Freshers Week because suddenly lots of people just disappeared. But otherwise Freshers Week surprised me, given that it was Oxford and I'd heard all these bad things about how like, oh, they don't really organise events for you, it's really short. So yeah, if you watch my video, I'll put it like up here or like in the description box below. You can like see what it's like for yourself. But yeah, what was yours like? I actually went to Priyan's Freshers Week.
Yeah. You have friends at Imperial. We have friends at Imperial, King's, and UCL. So obviously we went together because London Freshers. So London Freshers, it's not obviously the uni. So UCL has specific London Freshers events. No, UCL has specific Freshers events. But then there's also London Freshers. So these are all the clubs in Central. A lot of the UCL events are at random clubs in Central. Obviously there's King's events, Imperial events, OS events, and you get emailed basically what's going on. You can also buy a wristband, as you mentioned. What I did buy the wristband because I didn't want to commit to going to things. Also, I think the gap year thing affected me in this sense. Also because I turned 18 in September, so I was sort of like done. Like I was sort of done with clubbing. Like I was 20 because my birthday's in September.
20, yeah.
Yeah, so I was 20. I was like so done with clubbing and like it was gonna be like 18-year-olds getting drunk probably for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like things just didn't appeal to me, like the neon paint rave and things like that. I was just like, no, it's not my scene. So I did go to a few. I went to an event at Egg. Actually, the Egg nights are quite cool.
She was raving about the Egg.
Yeah, no, the Egg night, and then an event at the Coronet. And then we also went to, oh my god, the Freshers' Ball at Ministry, the deadest night ever. Do not go.
The what?
The event at Ministry.
We went to that when we went to
No, we went to one, but then I went to it again. It was. What did we?
We went to Milkshake.
Yeah, no, not Milkshake was fine, but we went to a Freshers' Ball at Ministry, and it was like we went on the Tuesday, didn't we?
I don't remember the day.
Because London Freshers is like 3 weeks long, so there's loads of events throughout the 3 weeks. I think it was a UCL Freshers' Ball. It was at Ministry, and it was awful. I was complaining to the security guard all night. I was like, it's terrible, like you really need to fix up your game. Like, it was just an awful event. Also, this is the thing in London, because there's so many events going on, people don't even go to the same events. So in my halls there was this whole debate on the first day. It was like, it was like the cocoa party and the egg party, like it was like you had to be in one or the other. It's quite difficult to socialise and like, because by the time we get there, like I said, all the tickets have sold out, so you can't even plan with your flatmates that you don't know. So it's all a bit, you just sort of have to play it by ear and do what feels right. Freshers wasn't that mad, actually, I'm not gonna lie. London Freshers is a bit dead. Everything's very long, like it's just, so many people, and it is
in London as well.
Yeah.
I went to London Freshers, not last year, but the year before as well, in my gap year, with Matthew. And we were in, what was it, Tiger, and there was like lots of London uni students. But at the same time, there were like middle-aged men there as well. It was so weird.
The people that aren't even students there, just like, why are you here? London Freshers is interesting. I wouldn't say it's mad, but in London it's just like not that great.
The one thing I'd say about Oxford though is that we go clubbing so early. It's actually embarrassingly early.
They leave the club at 1. Like, I don't get into the club until 1.
That's London life, right? But when I got to Oxford and people were preing at 8:30.
Yeah, it was
just what? 8:30?
So early.
And the fact that they were like rounding us up to leave for the club at like 10 or 10:30.
I didn't start getting ready till 10.
It was just ridiculously early, and yeah, people leave the club at like 1:30. Club is empty by 2. It's a bit of a shock to the system. I mean, once you get into the Oxford lifestyle, you soon realise that's good, the way it's supposed to be. You need to get home, do your sleep and be up in the morning, and you can like still go out clubbing.
But they're skipping lectures at Oxford.
Honestly though, it's just so early and it's so weird to get used to. A big thing that people have messaged me about is making friends in Freshers Week and like finding friends in Freshers. I would say from my experience that the friends you make in Freshers aren't necessarily going to be your close friends, your closest friends. People always said that to me, and I mean if you watched all my vlog, literally guys, my entire freaking university life is online on YouTube for you to peruse. But the very first person I ever met at New College, the very first fresher that I met was Trethra, and as you guys know, Trethra is one of my closest girlfriends right now. So it is weird to then tell you guys the friends you meet in Freshers aren't necessarily your closest friends, but I would say generally a lot of the people that I hang around with the most aren't my closest friends now, because I mean at Freshers everyone wants to like make friends with everyone. Everyone's just so happy and bubbly and really willing to make friends and meet new people, so you kind of just flirt and everyone wants to be friends with everyone. But yeah, the people that I spent the most time with in Freshers Week aren't like my closest friends now. I didn't even speak to Julia at all in Freshers Week. Yeah. We were talking about it the other day, but we didn't really even speak to each other in Freshers Week.
Yeah, I mean, I think my tip would be talk to everyone. Like,
yeah, my tip would definitely be talk to everyone. Don't like judge people and like, I don't want to speak to them.
So talk to people, you know, just have a conversation. It's like, do you know what? It's so weird because my flatmate, so so I lived in a flat with 5 girls. A lot of them, like 2 of them didn't move in till a couple of weeks after, or like a week or so. But within the first couple of weeks, like there were just one of my flatmates just always had people round. She already knew people in the halls from before, and then she'd bring in friends from like she lives in Oxford, so she'd bring in friends from Oxford. And then so I'd casually wake up on like Tuesday morning, there'd be like 3 guys that I don't know in my kitchen. But that was just student life. Like you literally meet people every day, and especially in London, like you meet people all the time. You become amazing at small talk in freshers, amazing. Like,
and the amount of times you have to say, I'm viola, I'm classics, I'm from London,
and like you know. So if I wasn't a student, I would find it weird to just converse with someone. Just keep an open mind, and you can meet so many great people. Me personally, the girl I met on the very first day I'm living with, and then another girl that I met in the very first day in my hall was I'm living with. So I feel like your friends and freshers, like
they can be,
friends, but it's not like
the be all and end all.
Yeah.
Like you meet so many people throughout your entire university.
Course,
like even now, even in second year, you're gonna meet so many new people. Even like in first and second term.
That's what I love.
You just meet so many new people, and people just like come and go. You just have
and
friends
you learn
everywhere.
so much from different people. Like all my friends is so weird. Like a lot of my friends, like they're completely different to me, have completely different backgrounds, but we still get on really well.
Yeah.
You learn about different walks of life. A lot of my friends are international students, so it's just that's one of the best things about university and freshers.
Talk to everyone, get out of your comfort zone, don't hide away in your room at the same time.
Get out of your room.
Like I think Freshers Week also though, one thing that isn't really spoken about that much is Freshers Week can be so isolating and so lonely. I really do think it can be. So like, just don't hide away in your room. It can be scary, and it can also seem as though everyone's friends with everyone and everyone's already got their friendship groups, but like that's not the case.
Definitely.
Like everyone's still willing to meet everyone and talk to everyone.
And don't be afraid to just say be like hi, like comment on someone's outfit or ask them where they're going on a night out. Like, oh, did you go there last night? Or like, how are you finding the course? Go to societies with them as well. That's a good way to socialise.
Yeah, and also at Oxford and other universities that do catering for you, I would recommend, like in Freshers Week in particular, no one knows anyone. No one has anyone else to go and eat with. Like just go up to anyone and say, do you want to have dinner? Do you want to go get lunch? Because everyone is in the same boat.
Yeah.
No
don't
one
limit yourself.
Exactly. Don't feel embarrassed or don't feel as though you're a loser because you don't have anyone to eat with or you don't have anyone to do something with, because no one does.
Yeah. You don't really get a choice. I just really wanted an ensuite because I just couldn't bear the risk of sharing a toilet with 8 people. So I just clicked ensuite, and I also didn't want it too far from uni because I wasn't willing to spend money on travel. So I stayed at Francis Gardner, which is actually really expensive to be fair. I probably shouldn't. I definitely couldn't afford it, so I don't know why I stayed there. But it was really nice, and I met some really good people. And it's also attached to Langton Close, which is another halls. And so you basically, it's like two schools like meshed together. So you meet loads of people. Well, they were very unsocial halls, but in theory you could have met loads of people. But in practice, no one left their room. So
yeah, so that's really different. So obviously Oxford has the collegiate system. So in New College, you're all kind of forced together in a way, in a good way, to meet people socially. I mean, it could be, there are pros and cons to the collegiate system, but the way college works is at New College, all first year and second year students live on site, so you're always bumping into people you know, you're always around people, and the third years they live out in a house.
So nice.
But it's really nice, and because we are catered for, and we have our evening meals paid for, included in our accommodation cost, so it's coming to dinner and meeting friends at dinner. It's just a nice social catch up because you're all eating together in hall, so you're forced together. I mean, you can choose to opt out and just eat your own stuff in your room or something, but obviously that's not that social. So I think that for us it was really quite good socially, the atmosphere and the environment, because it's such a close-knit group of people. You get close really fast because you're just living in such close proximity to each other and seeing each other all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could get a bit jarring, but it's also
I mean, drama and gossip spreads like wildfire, but
I feel like it's so nice in first year because everyone's there. Whereas for London unis, London unis that are in Central, so LSE, Imperial, UCL, King's, they're really unsocial because the halls are so spread out, because it's central London and you can't have a campus, there's no room to put all the halls together. It's just that it's all dotted around. So the halls are really spread out, so that's really difficult. London's quite unsocial in general because everyone's quite busy,
so fast
doing their own thing. The clubs are really expensive, so a lot of people didn't go to many clubs. I don't think the student union at UCL is very good. No one really goes. People go to sports night on Wednesdays, but it's not like, there's no community feel, in my opinion, and I think that makes it really quite lonely. And then my halls in general, so there's 2 types of halls. There's like corridors, so where it's like each door's open, the kitchen's shared, like obviously my kitchen was shared, but you don't need a key to get into the flat, like it's just a corridor with the rooms all along. So that wasn't mine was a flat, so you had to have a key to get into the actual flat. So other people that aren't within your flat couldn't ever come and say hi, like they'd have to, like, it's just very, very long, and then it's very closed off from the other flat. So and in my particular halls in Francis, there was no common room, like the common room was in Langton Close, so no one went, 'cause it's quite far, and it was like all the way in the basement, so there was just no communal area. We had a courtyard that they could have like really zhuzhed up and made really nice, and that could have been the communal area, but they didn't. In terms of the social aspect, it wasn't the greatest. It was quite lonely. Like, a lot of people in my halls were quite lonely to start, and obviously because you're strangers, no one really talks about it, because it's weird to talk about your problems if you don't know each other. But then later on in the year, like when I spoke to people about it, everyone's feeling the same. So my tip would be, like, talk to people about it, even though you don't know them and you don't, like,
you're worried about like not seeming cool and like
you don't want to feel like a pussy or whatever. But literally everyone, if you like, when people tell you, when they say everyone's in the same boat, you literally are. You're not alone. Like, it's normal to be feeling that way. It is a massive
You're not sad for feeling that way.
Yeah, it's a massive change, and I'd be worried if you weren't feeling that way.
Societies.
Yeah. So I'm not really a part of many societies, which is one thing I regret from first year. I really did wish I got more involved. I did go to a mixology society in Freshers. That was a good way of meeting people. I went with a guy from my philosophy module, and we literally just got so drunk, like for like £10. We just got enormous amount, like so many cocktails.
I think at Oxford, they make it slightly easier to be part of societies, because you have the university societies, but you also have your college societies. So because the college societies are within your college and they're only the people from your college, like, and you see your friends all joining, like, it's so easy to join, and it's not even that expensive either. I aren't really actually part of that many university societies. Like, it might seem like I am, because I'm always doing stuff in my vlogs, but it's more that I'm part of like 2 committees. I was part of CRAE's committee last year, which is the Campaign for Racial Awareness and Equality, and I was also part of the Target Schools committee. They targeted like lower income schools and schools that are less privileged, and they bring them in for tours and like workshops, and I was like helping out with that. I did like try kickboxing out in week.
You told me you were going to all these different ones because you want to try everything, but then
so knowing me, I'm such a busybody. I always try and do everything, and I've recently realised that you cannot do everything.
So you were like, I want to do kickboxing, I want to do like ballet.
I want to do ballet. I want to start ballet. I want to do gymnastics. I wanted to do yoga. I wanted to do yoga. I haven't really joined society, so in Freshers Week, I would highly recommend this. As Priya said, if you're not on it, like, you miss out the opportunities.
Yeah, so research before.
I mean, I know it might be a bit late. Yeah. But for Oxford, like, if you're watching this and you're about to go to Oxford, do this, okay? Go on, like, there's a web on the Oxford website, has a list of all the societies, all the ones you're interested in. Click on their website, they'll have like their term card. During Freshers Week and during first week is usually free tasters. So when I went, me being so optimistic, I wrote out a timetable of just the clubs and societies.
That's good though.
With the free taster sessions.
That's good.
Like, Monday this time they have this, Tuesday this time they have this, Wednesday this day. So I had all of like the timetable of all the events that I wanted to go to that were free.
Yeah.
And I made sure I went to lots of them. So I went to the free like
gymnastics
session, I went to the kickboxing taster session, I went to like so many different taster sessions, and I had them in my diary as well. Like, you do get caught up in things, especially when you get given your work at Oxford, but like at least having a timetable, it takes a bit of time to research it all, but it was really useful to know, oh, if I have time I can go to this free taster session. So do that, and then you can really get a taste and get a feel for if you want to join the society. Obviously, if you guys watch my vlogs, I didn't join any of the societies, but it was worth going to. So also what I wanted to mention was, like, with societies at Oxford, we have like lots of traditions. I think other universities have it as well under a different name. I know Warwick kind of has a similar thing, but at Oxford we have something called crew dates, and Cambridge call them swaps, where 2 societies or just two groups of people. For example, the men's basketball society and like the women's football society will both, they'll liaise and they'll organise a date where they all just go and have a curry or a meal. There are like designated restaurants in Oxford that like allow these kinds of events.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you go, you pay your meal, it's £15, you all go, you'll get to meet like the other society, you get to meet them, have a nice meal, and it's like you just drink when you're there, and you just play lots of like drinking games, and then you all go out on a club night, and these are usually on Wednesdays, they're sports nights. And yeah, it's just like a really nice social event. You don't have to drink, but drinking does play like quite a big part in it.
Especially in sports societies.
In sports societies, yeah.
So I was never a member of a sports society, but my flatmates played lacrosse. So every Wednesday there are so many lacrosse dinners. It is quite nice to get involved with the sport. It's a big commitment because you have to train twice a week, or like move like once or twice, so you always have matches. Yeah. But if you're in, I was never really into sports, so I'm not a member of any, but my flatmates went to so many dinners.
Yeah, so many events in the sports community, especially with like rowing. Rowing organises
really
crew days between other colleges, so new college will go and crew date another at college.
Yeah. And then obviously every Wednesday sports night. That's like the same across the whole of the UK. So that tends to be like a student union event. So sports nights can be fun because everyone's there, everyone's in the uni. You don't have to play a sport to go. Yeah. So
it's just a nice social event.
Yeah,
like
definitely
meet new people.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we've been talking for so long. First year workload, go.
Okay, so for history first year UCL is very, very, I don't want to say easy, but
it's a breeze.
It's not a breeze, but as in the workload is very small, but the amount of the work is quite intense. So that's quite a high level, much higher level than A level. You're just expected to know how to write a history essay. They don't really give you much guidance about historiography, structure. It's all very like you've got to figure out as you go along. So that's what makes it difficult. There's not much guidance at all. 10 to contact hours a week, so lectures and seminars. And then you'd have to spend another 30 hours reading, so you'd have to work 40 hours basically. And then the reading is all online, so that's just your reading for the seminars. And then on top of that you have essays. You have exams in the Easter period as well, but you have essays throughout the year. So these essays, mine were typically 2,500, so they're not very long. And that includes footnotes, so that footnotes take about 300 words, so really you don't get much room, but you have to construct a whole argument, a whole case, you have to debate the whole historiographical, I can never say this word, the whole historiographical debate. You need to have done, you need to know your shit, you need to have done the reading, you need to know all the historians' viewpoints, you need to know your own viewpoint and then sort of bring it all together. So for an essay, I feel like the reading, obviously people have different methods, but for me the reading took the longest. I could do like
took the longest for me as well.
Yeah, I could do a week of reading just for one essay. So you have to go to the library, get these books. Do you know how heavy these books are? Oh my god. I broke my back, literally. A week of reading, and then you could probably write the essay in like 2 days, 2 or 3 days, depending on how many drafts you wanted to do. Like I said, for first year UCL, we didn't have an essay deadline until November. It was quite late, which is nice, but also not nice because you kind of wanted to keep busy.
Work expands to fill the time.
Yeah. So, but then the actual work that we did was quite what's the word I'm looking for? Intense. Yeah.
At Oxford, I don't really know what to tell you guys, because if you watch my videos then my entire first year has been vlogged weekly and it's already on YouTube, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. My first term was dedicated to learning Latin because I came in ab initio, so a lot of my time was taken up trying to learn the Latin language. Luckily in first term I didn't have the weekly essay, because first term in my college they were doing the Greek paper, but the other terms I had a weekly essay, if not 1.5 weekly essays, which is really, really, really tough. I found the workload insane. Because I mainly took maths and science A-levels, and after my gap year as well, I had no idea how to write an essay. I literally just didn't know how to write an essay. So being forced back into it, I didn't know what to do. My first essay was shit. It was awful. It was so bad. But you just get used to it. You get used to having to write something really fast. I used to set myself a deadline for the amount of reading, so I'll be set my essay. I'd want to get my reading done within 4 days, and then I'll have
I wish I was
3 or 4 days. You have to, because the essay's due the next week. So you'll be set your essay, you've got 7 days. I want my reading done 3 or 4 days. Usually I'd say try and get the reading done within 3 days, and then I'll have 4 days to write the essay. if you see my vlogs, obviously a lot of the time I'll be doing an all-nighter the day before my essay, trying to write it. The essays are usually 2,000 to 2,500 words every week. I struggled really hard trying to like write a coherent argument because I didn't know how to write an essay. I didn't know what most of the time, and at every university you're writing an essay on stuff you literally don't know anything about, and the reading has to tell you what you need to know for the essay. So I really struggled writing an essay. So much. They didn't really help us or tell us or guide us or anything. I feel like there should be a workshop in Freshers Week or something. They should,
they should as well.
Yeah, I struggled so much. And then obviously on top of the weekly essay I still had all my language work, and it was really hard to try and keep up with all of that and maintain my extracurriculars. And I feel like if I could go back and tell myself, I'd tell myself to like focus on doing my work and not doing my extracurriculars, because I did do a lot and I was a bit scatterbrained. I feel like I did do a bit too much, because obviously on top of like trying to do stuff at Oxford and like meeting friends and being sociable and going out, like I tried to maintain a going out like twice a week, which is a lot on top of all the work that you have to do, and on top of maintaining a YouTube channel and a blog where I post it twice a week. Like it was so much, and if I could go back I'd tell myself stop, you were burning yourself out, because that is why I had to do weekly all-nighters to get my work done. And like as much as I loved first year and as much as like I had such a great time in it, like obviously it seems as though I had such a good time on my vlogs, like the reality was that a lot of the time that you didn't see off camera, like I was so stressed out. I would be like really panicking about work. It is really hard to try and deal with and manage, and I feel like I didn't really show myself doing as much work or show a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. Like a lot of people think you had such a good time, you were just socialising, you were partying. I even had a message from someone yesterday saying like, oh, I was really worried about the Oxford workload, but it's nice seeing your vlogs that like people do go out and have fun. Like the main thing at Oxford is the workload, not the going out.
When I went, literally, we went out and people were, the next morning they were stressed about work.
Yeah,
like, they were like,
exactly.
I've been up since 6 doing my essay. Like, what? Like we literally went out last night.
Literally, like people need to take my vlogs with a pinch of salt. Like I am going to try this year to show more of the work side that I do. I know I don't really show a lot of my work in my vlogs, because obviously when you want to vlog, it's when you're doing interesting and fun stuff. And like half the time when I'm doing my essay or I'm doing reading or I'm doing work, I don't think, oh, let me film this. So you guys don't see half of my life at Oxford as much as it is shown on YouTube. So people do forget that I'm there at Oxford to do my work, I'm there to do my degree, and you don't see that. Like you just think that I'm having fun all the time, and that's not true. So that's what I say, the workload is really intense, it's really hard. It's nothing can prepare you for what the Oxford workload is like. I'll tell you that now. I think it is really difficult trying to find your feet when you're firstly moving in somewhere where you just don't know the area, you don't know anyone, and then you've got all this work on top of trying to like be sociable and make friends. So I think it's really hard.
Yeah. But we will get through it.
Well, did you just make friends with your neighbours at first? So obviously like halls,
course mates,
you kind of
people that you meet at society events, people that you meet in clubs.
Yeah, I mean at Oxford, like the collegiate system's really good at making friends. A lot of people make friends with people on their staircase. Yeah. Unfortunately, if you guys know, I was put in like the student staircase. It's like it's like right at the end of the whole like street of staircases. There was like,
it was literally in the middle of nowhere.
Literally, there was like no other freshers there apart from, there's two other freshers there, and they were both the floor below me, and the rest of them were international students or students who were just coming for like one term. So I really struggled making friends in my staircase because like there was no one. And lots of people did like staircase pizzas. We didn't do staircase pizza because there was no one else. Biggest regret?
Not doing my societies getting more involved from the beginning, because I feel like we have a routine and not getting to a routine. So I feel like we have a routine from the beginning.
Yeah, my regret is not having a good routine.
Yeah, and then when you're mid-year trying to figure out deadlines and trying to join societies is more difficult. So the beginning definitely.
Yeah, my regret as well is not joining society like right in the first term, because obviously you do get caught up with work and other things. But if you join a society from the beginning, like you make friends in that society and you're in that society from the beginning.
Yeah, it gives you an incentive to stay.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I know I wanted to join societies in the second term and third term, but I just felt like everyone knows each other already. Like it was more difficult for me to do that. I never ended up doing it because I was just too worried about that. So joining society from the beginning. And the last thing is advice for freshers, incoming freshers.
Just
you kind of touched upon. Do you have any advice?
I would say don't. So I had the same thing with my flat was like some really nice people, but mostly international, and they all got there a week earlier, so they all kind of bunched together, and I was only in a flat 4 people and all the others had 16, and my hall was 70% international, and like really nice people, but just like different in different ways. don't panic if you get to uni and you're like, fuck, I don't like anyone, or like, even if you like them, you're like, oh, there's not really anyone who's on my like
wavelength.
Yeah. You will meet people. It could take, for me, it took like, Priya was the first person I met, so that was fine. But like another group of friends, it took me like until about December to kind of get to know them and like put yourself out there. Like
be proactive.
Everyone's kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. Literally, don't be afraid.
Honestly, don't be afraid. It's scary.
And also, don't put too much pressure on yourself first year. Because I thought, do you know, I built this image in my head that uni was going to be mad social, like there's so much going on.
I think this is so important.
Just don't hype it up in your head.
Yeah.
You will be. I was so disappointed. Do not be disappointed. Like I had a good time in hindsight, but throughout the year I was like, this isn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, you think when you're at sixth form, everyone like you have this image of what uni is supposed to be like, and it's just that is not what uni is like.
And it will still be good, but good in a different way. So just don't hype it up in your head, and just don't set high expectations.
Yeah. Don't go in thinking I'm gonna find Bay.
Yeah, don't. You won't find Bay. You will not find Bay. Especially when you're at top 10 uni. It's like there was no experience. There was no experience. There's no one. There's no one. It's just so difficult, and also because we're in London, it's so difficult to meet people in London in general. Yeah. But in terms of guys at my uni, there are none. Like, where are they? Like, where are they?
Same at Oxford. Like you would think that there'd be like people at Oxford, but
and sometimes you see them walking just across campus. You're like, oh, my husband. Yeah. We could do a whole other video on boys.
Yeah, we could. Just be
don't
yourself.
Waste money.
Yeah, don't
£3 one in the middle. It's the best.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any other like questions or anything, leave them in the comments. Like me and Priya will read them. But yeah, otherwise I think we've covered most things for our first year. Overall though, did you have a good or bad experience?
At the time I thought it was terrible, but looking back I had like the best time. So a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both with me again. Like I loved it, but there are also downsides that like people don't see on camera. People don't like to speak about it, like as well, like the bad sides of uni. People really want to be like, uni was so good, uni was amazing. Like I love first year. People really hate talking about like like the bad side. Thank you very much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it useful. Thumbs up if you like Priya, if you want to see more of her in the videos. Leave a comment. Share this with anyone you think would find it useful. But thank you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.